Today's episode of the Just Keep Swimming podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is an online audiobook and podcast service offering over 10,000 books and the ability to listen to your favorite podcasts, including the Just Keep Swimming podcast. I personally use Audible all the time and suggest you take a listen to Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. In this book, Mr. Maxwell shares his story on how he was able to live a noble and purposeful life and gives you tips and tricks so you can do the same. So please start your 30-day free trial now at www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast, all lowercase. Again, that is www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast. And if you have any more questions or concerns for the Just Keep Swimming podcast, you're always welcome to reach out to us on Facebook or at Instagram at justkeepswimming_podcast, or you can email us at jkspodcast702@gmail.com. And with that out the way, let's dive into it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. It's your friend, your boy, your host, Mr. Adrian Jackson, and we're back at it again with another great episode for you. And you already know who I got with me. It's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Mr.
Toi,
a.k.a.
Donovan Jackson,
a.k.a.
Captain Capper.
How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing all right.
Yes, sir. I was going to keep going about, so let's stop right there.
I was ready for you, bro.
I know you were. Yeah. I felt it. I was like, nah, let's just stop right there.
Say it one more time, though, because we do have a special guest here that does know this next nickname.
Oh, okay, a.k.a.
Donnie Boo Boo.
Oh, yes. I love that one. That's my favorite.
So with that being said, go ahead and bring on the special guest for me, bro.
So I have a very special friend.
Back again,
yes.
I'm better than ever. No, just kidding.
Hey, I mean, hey, you're still alive. That's it, man.
I'm still kicking.
You leveling up.
Yes.
But I have Miss Alondra Ortiz here. So how are you doing today, Alondra?
I'm really good. I'm really happy to see you guys. We had a long talk before this, and it was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Broke the ice.
Yes.
It's always good to break the ice, have a good conversation about life and just things in general. Like, you don't have good conversations like that no more. Not no genuine conversations. So
that part.
That part, yes.
Yes, no, always good. But yes, Alondra, Miss, thank you for coming on the show today. We appreciate you taking the time out your day for joining us. And I know you have some very special things that you have in the works that you kind of want to discuss today. So we kind of just want to dive right into it. So my first question for you is Mr. 13 was telling me that you're starting a business.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just curious on what type of business you're starting.
Well, I just started my interior design studio, so I'm super excited. Yes, I'm very, very happy.
Okay. What is a interior design studio?
So an interior design studio helps out people like kind of have a space that is functional, but it is actually also aesthetically pleasing to them. So sometimes you don't know where to put a couch, where to put the TV, or you are dealing with spaces that are difficult to decorate, or sometimes simply like, how do I put my voice into a space and make it feel like home, because your home is your sanctuary.
Oh, so you're actually designing people's homes.
I'm designing your story to fit your home. So I'm not here to do like what's modern, what's trending, because eventually trends die. Yes, but you will always continue on and carry a story. So that's kind of so I feel like that's kind of where my goal is when it comes to interior design. I want to find out about you, what you do, how can I make your space function for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so I know you're just not you're not super deep into it and have it fully functional, but I'm just curious on ideas like, is it just homes? Would it be like offices? Things like that?
So I actually do a little bit of everything. The thing is, my dad, I grew up in the interior design business, and my dad was project manager for many things. And when he started, I was like, actually when he started, I was just born. So I basically been in it in my whole life, but I seen him decorate and design homes that are just, your average middle class homes to $1 million homes.
Really?
So I seen so much, and at the end of the day, the one thing that I learned from him is always like, make the space like fit the needs of the customer. It doesn't matter what's trending because they're the ones that are gonna be living in there. So
right, understandable.
Yeah, and he still uses me even from remotely because he's in Texas. So when he has a space, he will ask me like, hey, what do you think about this? And he will FaceTime me. So I have decorated spaces without actually being in them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's really dope.
So
all the way from Texas.
All the way from Texas. Yeah. Yes, it's pretty nice, and it's nice to know that he's a professional. You know, he's a master in his craft, and for him to at this point ask me for advice eventually, and then friends and family started asking me. It expanded so much that eventually I said, okay, might as well turn into a business. If I'm naturally good at something, might as well see what I can do with it. Yeah.
That's dope. So I guess my question is like, when did this, I want to say, epiphany happen to make you be like, you know what, this should be my business?
Well, I had thought about it the last 3 years, especially once I started like my own spaces. Once I start getting my own apartments, places that I live in. I think one of the compliments I always get when people walk in is how my place is decorated, and then eventually they started asking me. But the thing is, like, I think I've been here before, and I talked about minimalism, but how that's functional for me and all that stuff. So eventually, like, kind of also sharing that with my clients would be very, very nice, because I feel like I get asked all the time, so might as well like do something with that information and guide people.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you can be a minimalist and still be a designer and still have designs.
Yeah, because the thing about minimalism is always like, I need to own one thing of everything. Well, no, that's not the case. Maybe for you guys have a podcast, you need to own hundreds of microphones, right? But for me, that's not doable because I don't have a podcast, right? So
it's not needed for you.
Yeah, but in other aspects, you guys are minimalist. Like, you don't need like 100 other things. I'm assuming like toothbrushes. You guys don't work in dental. You don't need 100 toothbrushes. So it's just I have to make it fit to that person's needs. So I'm not. And what I do is I'm also like try to be savvy with the client's budget. If you tell me I only have $100, I'll work with those $100 and make it work. So I also have like, you know, so much knowledge that I think like I'll work with you. At the end of the day, my job is to make sure you feel good in your space.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So will you be like advising clients to like buy new furniture and stuff, or
no,
just
not
rearrange?
necessarily. I want to work with what you have if that's where your budget is, because I know one of the things that I appreciate about this podcast is that it goes a lot into mental health, and a lot of people don't realize that if your space is not functional, if your space is not reflecting who you want to be in the outside, you're miserable. You know how they always say like your space reflects how you feel on the inside. So for me, it's not about, you don't need to get the newest furniture. It's like, what do you need? Is it functioning for you? This is your sanctuary. Let's make it that. So yes, I would like projects, you know, like that. A client, a patient, a client can spend like, you know, $1,000 in decorations. That would be great. But it's not always the case. At the end of the day, like, let's see where you're at and help you out. You grow into the spaces naturally. So eventually you get there, but at least you have like a guide.
So would like some of your projects include just like kind of rearranging what they already have, if that's the budget that they have at the moment?
Rearranging and organizing, rearranging and organizing is not something that I am advertising at the moment, but it is a service that I'm offering. Like, if you don't know what to do with your closet, obviously, like, I'm gonna be there and help you out. Like, I'm not just gonna focus on interior design, because there's so many. I'm putting as an interior design studio because I would love to do the whole place in full. But, you know, there's also a lot of people who don't know how to organize, and it's just a lot of people, we don't know how to be grown-ups, sadly. So you develop skills and might as well share them, you know.
Right. So you're more like a sanctuary worker rather than like a home worker, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's like you're help building a sanctuary.
Yeah, because they go hand in hand. Like, out in the world, you deal with jobs, you deal with people. Like, in my case, like with work, I take so much energy from my patients sometimes that it's just draining. But the only place I can distress and be myself is in my home, and I need my home to be like express who I am, be a sanctuary, and be functional for me.
Right.
But there's also a lot of people don't know how to clean also. But it's not because they don't they don't know how, is nobody ever taught them, and there is a way to do certain things and organize a certain layout of a home so it's functional. So eventually, like, I go in there and be like, hey, like, if you do this, you'll be less stressed when you come home. Yeah. And like things like that.
Yeah, no, and I understand that to the fullest of people just being unaware of how to do things properly or how things are supposed to work out. Something I learned recently. Please don't judge me. Please don't judge me.
I'm scared to hear what this is.
I'm scared to say it because it's embarrassing. Now that I know it, it's embarrassing. But at the same time, I feel a lot of people may not know it still. So I know I was at. It's one of those things I heard at 2 separate spots. That's how I know it's something I need to start applying because I heard 2 separate avenues that didn't connect. But washing your chicken. You're not supposed to just wash your chicken with water. You're supposed to use lemon or lime as well to wash your chicken. I never taught that. You know what I'm saying? I cooked so much chicken in my life, and it was always just rinse it off with some water, take off a little gunk or whatever you want to take off, and then boom, it's good to go, pat it dry, whatever. Yeah. But one of my, I can't say a boxer, one of the directors at my job, though, she was talking about, that's why I don't get everybody chicken, because people don't use lime and water or, lime and lemon to wash their chicken. And then Jessica said the same thing. That's why they got so many limes and lemons at their house, because they use it to wash chicken.
So it's like the idea behind like ceviche, where you let the lemon and lime cook the, the whatever meat that you're using,
kill the germs,
chicken or shrimp and whatnot.
And it was something I never put together because a long time ago, Jessica taught me. We went to the boiling crab spots. Yeah. And we took after we eat, we take the lemons and we put them on our hands, and we use that to wipe our hands off, and it makes your hands less sticky and everything. And you get back to feeling normal again.
It kind of burns like hand sanitizer too sometimes.
Yeah. But it's like I never knew that, and it's like. So just based off what you're saying, though, shows how many people don't know things. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I don't know how to organize, or I don't know how to stack my house up. I'm not supposed to get stuff in my house and put stuff in my house.
And sometimes people are so skilled in so many things, but they're like, I don't know how to put colors together. I don't know how to like decorate a home. Like I wouldn't even know where to start. And a lot of the clients that I have is that it's like they don't know where to start. They don't know how to decorate. And we're talking about successful people. We're talking about like doctors, people in clinical stuff, and
people like me.
Yeah,
I don't know how to decorate at all.
Like therapists, counselors, and they're geniuses, but they're like, I don't know where to put my sofa. That was crazy.
I mean, that's just a part of human nature. Like everybody's specialized in certain fields,
and something,
right?
But like they're not well versed in others. But that's where coming together kind of helps out everything. Maybe I'm good at music or giving therapeutic talks to like my close friends and things like that, but like I just not very versed in keeping my place together, or I'm versed in music, I'm artistic, but I'm versed in music, not so much on the visual aspect. So like I may come up with a beat, but I have no idea what to put for a visual for it, so let me talk to somebody that's versed in visual aspects to help me out with this part of the content,
Right. And it's pretty dope because it shows you that you need help in all avenues, you know what I'm
100%.
saying? Like if you're not a master in it, or if you don't feel strong in anything, you should seek help.
Yeah.
So then like being a sanctuary designer, I like that better.
Oh, actually I like that. I never thought of it that way. I like, you know what? I might rewrite some stuff over here. Let me take some ideas.
But then, so like what sanctuary designer is low key like a I want to say a therapist for your home then, huh? Because you're going to look and see what's wrong.
A counselor,
Counselor
maybe?
for your home. There you go.
I wouldn't say a therapist. That's a very big word, but definitely a counselor. But what I want to do is give people that interior design feel and look on a budget. Because not everybody can afford that, So I definitely want to help out and help you make your home functional.
I got it.
Yeah.
So then one of my questions for you is why do you want to start a business? Like, why do you want to put yourself through that headache of getting the business started, find clients, paperwork, all that jazz? Like, why?
I thought about it and I was like, the best time is now. If I know I'm naturally good at something, I need to kind of like go into it and develop a business. But if I'm gonna this is either gonna be the greatest thing I do, or it's gonna be a really bad failed business decision. But it's okay. Right now I'm young and I can pick myself up. I pick myself up from other spaces. I think other situations, not spaces. That's how much I think about but at the end of the day, I feel like it's worth taking a risk right now, because right now I have nothing holding me back, and I don't want to one day look back and be like, wow, I should have done that back in the day, like now it's too late. Like I just want to I feel like if I'm gonna fail, I'd rather fail now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that, and that goes back to the Will Smith quote: "Fail fast, fail often, fail forward. Just know you're gonna get back up and keep going."
Yeah.
So I like that.
Yeah, I'm always too like we're I think naturally too afraid to do things, and that's kind of not a good place to be.
Yeah,
Right. Exactly, and that's something that I think that we all have to like really start to break the natural fear of doing something new, different, uncommon. You
Yes.
know, I don't know if you felt like this, bro. Kind of, you started a new job as well, so I'm sure you probably had that feeling of, oh my gosh, I hope I don't come in here and mess up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I hope I don't come in here and say something wrong or do the wrong thing or whatever the case may be.
Which leads me to just always asking a lot of questions, and I feel like, I can't get a good read on it yet, because I'm just trying to keep an open mind. But it's like, I'm asking a lot of different questions and just inquiring a lot about like a lot of different things, and it seems like it may like annoy a couple people that I work with. But I'm just like, hey, look, I would like you to understand where I'm coming from and where I'm going to, and I'm just trying to make this make sense. Right now, I don't have all the tools, and I think you said this early in our conversation before we started recording, or during. But like, hey, there are known unknown. There are known knowns, known unknowns, and then there are unknown unknowns.
Right.
There are things I don't know that I continuously find out about, and I'm just trying to understand. Let's see where this fits. But I mean, granted that's the case, like, hey, at least I'm in this position right now to, a different change of field. Yeah, it's scary, but at least I'm falling forward. If anything, if I mess up, and then, at least I'm just gaining these other different types of skills, to move forward in my life towards what I want to be.
Right. Yeah. So that actually led to a question in my mind. It actually led to a story, but I want to ask a question first. So when it comes to learning new things, how powerful is being patient with yourself when it comes to learning new things? How important is it to be patient with yourself when learning new things?
I honestly would say not as powerful as not giving up. Because the thing is, like, as you learn more things, the moment you fail, often the mistake people do is they give up instead of being like, let me keep trying, let me keep learning. They're like, oh, I already did a mistake, it's not worth it. Like, no, keep going at it. Like, eventually, every skill, like, you need to do it 100 times until you are considered an expert.
Exactly, 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, from my point of view, like, that's exactly what it is, and trying to give two examples on a separate spectrum. One, again, I told you guys earlier that I started this new game called Lethal Company. Man, I can't tell you how many times I died, and it's just like I'm just watching everybody else play the game until they can get back to the ship so I can revive, because I'm like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing. But now I'm to the point where it's like, okay, I could kind of like lead the mission when I'm playing with Fernando. But I mean, it took all that time to be patient with myself and not criticize myself too much, to understand what I'm supposed to do and how I should navigate things.
And that's with everything we do in life, even going to the DMV, like, even things like that is like, they're scary. Like, might as well just keep going at it, and it's part of life.
I mean, as long as you're not dying, like, you should still be able to move forward, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just thinking about like me trying to get back into producing recently. There is a one beat that I just put out recently on my SoundCloud. Check it out. That shit's pretty fire. But enough with the self-promotion. Like, that took me like a whole week just to figure out, and like that's something it's a type of production that like is not usually my norm. Like, with how I came about it and how I developed it, it's like different. I had to listen to like a whole bunch of reference tracks, and like, as I'm listening, I'm like, I probably didn't do this right in the effect that I'm trying to get, but let me just keep going at it. Like, it's okay to like work on it for, maybe I only have 15 minutes today to give to this project. Okay, well, let me back up, give myself some grace. Maybe I'll come back to it 2 days later, and then let me work on it. Okay, now I've kind of found my groove, and now I'm at a stuck point. Let me back away, let me think on it a little bit more, let me come back into it, and now it's like a production that I feel like I was proud with, that's something different from what I've created before. And that's that just type of diligence and tenacity that you need to carry on with anything that you do in your life.
Right. Yeah, no, I understand that. You know, the idea, like you said, being patient with yourself and just take a step back when you need to and then come back to it. You know, like you said, never give up.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
That's more important than anything.
Yeah, no, I absolutely feel with that. You know, the drive to not want to quit. So, you know, it kind of the story kind of popped in my mind when Donovan said, you know, he's new, a rookie at his job, and he asking questions and stuff. So I'm in the same situation right now in my job. And the other day, I was upset at myself. Now I'll explain the story why. So we had a group come in. They were talking about stuff, and you know, I'm not going to go into detail, but pretty much I had a question that I thought was a good question. But then when I asked the question, everybody laughed because it was an obvious answer, allegedly. And I'm like, I'm not understanding why you're laughing because I thought my question was good. And then finally they explained it. I'm like, okay, it makes sense now. But I was irritated with everybody because I'm like, y'all know I'm new? Like, y'all know I don't know nothing? Like, why y'all laughing at me if y'all know I don't know nothing?
Because we all started somewhere. Eventually we were all new.
We all started somewhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We all started somewhere. We was all new. And then, you know, but then I got upset with myself because that one interaction of them laughing made me stop asking questions for the rest of the day. Even though I had more questions, I stopped asking them because I was irritated and I wasn't being patient with myself. I had to be like, yo, Adrian,
That's
it's
uncomfortable.
okay.
Why would you want to repeat the experience?
Why would you want to
You're
repeat
right.
the experience? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, some experiences need to be repeated if you want to get better at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know what I'm
and for you to
saying?
finally get it.
For me to finally get it. So vice versa, on the flip side, I've been doing open houses with the school. So they've been having like freshman orientation. Did y'all have an orientation when y'all was in high school?
Yeah. Yeah.
Every year.
Orientation?
Oh.
No.
Oh, no.
You have open house and then you have orientation.
Yeah, we
yeah.
had it when we went freshman year, right? Yeah.
Yes, I remember watching. We were not friends yet. Donovan and I were not
I
friends.
didn't know her.
Yeah, but but I remember he's so tall. I remember walking past you in the hallway, and little would I know that 8-10 years later we'll be friends. We'll still be friends.
Yeah. So they've been having. I know. So when I went to school, they didn't do this. They only had open house. They didn't have ninth grade orientations for all the freshmen to come in. You know, they're all getting laptops now, which is sad. but
Interesting, yeah.
So sad, bro.
Do you get laptops?
Yeah, I mean, because of the COVID thing. Like,
COVID? Yeah, so
so in
since-
case something happens. Like,
Yeah. So since COVID now.
Okay.
The schools are required to get every single kid a laptop because one, majority of their stuff is on laptops now, and they want to make sure that nobody has the excuse to say, I can't do my homework because I don't have a computer at home.
Oh, wow.
So they're giving every single kid a laptop. And then two, everything is on the internet now. So they're doing all their homework, all math, everything is on internet besides the poster they have to make for their presentation.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? But so while we're here, I'm tabling. So, you know, I'm trying to get kids a part of the program, and I'm like, I don't know what to say to these kids. So I just been, you know, Leo gave me a spiel. He's like, just go over the spiel, bro. Just go over the spiel and run with it. Make it your own. So the first 5 kids, I'm, reading off the paper and shit.
Yeah.
By the last 10 kids, hey, how you doing? What's your name, man? Oh, come over, Adrian. I'm the trio program. I'm here to help you out. And I'm just flowing now because the trial and error kept happening. Getting corrections, you know what I'm saying? Hey, remember, we don't give tutoring, we offer tutoring assistance, you know? Okay, let me make sure I get them words down now, right? And just keep practicing. And then soon, I'm mid-conversation talking about something. We was talking about Love Island. And then a kid walked by and, hey, how you doing, man? Stop the whole conversation, jump straight into the spiel. Like, I'm just now into mode now. And it's like, okay, that's practice, you know?
And I mean, that's the same thing that happened with the bank. And like, unfortunately, I didn't really get a spiel to like practice or anything like that. So it's like, well, after a couple times of stumbling and fumbling for my
You
first
find your
couple
own
times,
speech.
you find my own speech and what I want to get across from it. And then that's how you found like your authenticity with what you want to present. It's like,
You create like muscle memory.
yeah,
Muscle
Yeah.
memory, exactly.
but it's your own muscle.
It's your
Yeah.
own
Muscle's
muscle.
different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like,
I cannot even tell you guys how many spaces I walk into, and I'm like sitting down, looking around, and I'm redecorating in my head and rearranging. It's just like I can't shut it off anymore.
Yeah.
yeah, no, and that's how I feel. Like I'm, my muscle missing right now. I hate to be like this. I feel like it makes me the quote unquote devil advocate. But my muscle memory right now is sometimes to find the contradictions. Like I'll listen to people talk and I'm listening to you talk, but then once that contradicting hit, that shit just screams to me, hey, don't add up! And it's like, oh shit, hold on, something not adding up now. Like, so like for example, I'm gonna tell you a prime example now. That's the story I was just telling.
Yeah.
So the reason, fuck it, I'm just gonna go into it. I'm trying not to give out too many. I'm trying to have practice integrity, but it makes better sense when I tell it. Yeah. So pretty much these people come in, they service 6th grade to 11th to 10th grade. So I was like, what about the 11th and 12th graders? And they're like, no, we're early outreach. So we talk to the kids early. And I'm sitting here like, was 11th grade is early, ain't it? 12th grade, they're not in college yet, so it's still early. But no, at 11th grade, the actual counselors from the schools come in and start talking to them. So it's no longer early, it's now normal outreach. That's the difference. But they show us their application. Guess what was on the application, what wasn't? They had 6th, 7th, 8th. Nothing on the high school in the application. Yeah. And I laughed in my head so hard. I'm like, y'all laughed at me, but then they telling you fill out the application, they don't offer the 9th and 10th graders like they said they did. So it's like, the paperwork you're showing me is saying you offer 9th and 10th, but the application when you fill out doesn't have that as an option. So it's like saying McDonald's saying, hey, we got this brand new cheeseburger, you go to the restaurant and it ain't there. And it's like, motherfucker, why are you advertising then if it's not there?
I mean, or even look at the normal advertisements where it's like, oh, this looks like a big beefy burger, but when you get it in your hand, it's all scrunchy.
It's all scrunchy and shit. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like those things right there is like the things that I catch now that is like, I'm muscle memory, I'm catching it. And it's like, I don't know how I'm catching it, but I think because I do so much conspiracy and I've been in marketing for a while and I can't watch commercials the same now because I see what they're selling. Yeah, I see what they're trying to say. Yeah. I can see the fucking I'll tell you about the BET Awards, right? So during the BET Awards, they had I think her name was Taja P. Henderson call Camille, the vice president. Yeah. They're on the phone talking. They're talking about voting and stuff. But what they saying though? Oh yeah, man, you gotta make it slap. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show them. They're doing all the young lingo, and I'm like, they trying so hard to be urban and hip, talking about trying to get us to vote, knowing that the shit don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I mean, not to say that you vote, we'll go vote, but just saying, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they're pushing so hard to vote, but they have to use the young hip lingo, stuff like that. And I'm like, man, just be yourself, yo. Like, stop trying to force it. Just be yourself, and you'll be more authentic that way. You don't say that in real life. Like, nobody ever says you gotta pop out and show them. Besides that one Kendrick song. Yeah. Like, when the last time you heard it? Like, I want to use that line in a sentence, but I don't know how to use the line in a sentence. Like,
but every time that it is used, it's used as a joke.
It's used as a joke
to the song.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not serious.
It's not serious. Yeah. It's always a joke in reference to the song. And then it's like, that's not authentic at all. That's kind of corny to me. Yeah. But yeah, the trial and error. Trivia. You see me now in trivia now, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you came last year and then you came a few weeks ago. I'm sure you can probably feel the difference.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? My spill is smoother. I'm more interactive with the crowd. I was training, unfortunately, but I had no problem taking that microphone out that girl's hand and be like, bitch. No, I didn't say that, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
you were thinking it.
Yeah, I've got no problem picking up the hand. Like, yo, you gotta let me say this for you because you're not saying it. These people need to know this information right now to make this game go smoother. Mm-hmm. But like you said, it's my own script. I created it myself. Yeah. So yeah, I love it, man. I love it. So with that being said, that will lead me to the question of what's going to make you different than any other interior designers out there. There's so many of the programs.
Well, I have met a couple of interior designers, and I just realized that they basically it's their vision versus what the client wants. It's like eventually they get like a vision, and they're like, well, this is what I know you like that sofa, but this is what's trending, and they get so attached to their design, but they don't realize at the end of the day they get to leave, and the client is the one
they're stuck with it.
Yeah, stuck with it. So for me, it's more like focusing on you, your story, your budget, and making sure that I make it fit you, because eventually I'm gonna leave. And I also, my designs, the one thing I do prioritize is that you can grow into it, and I give you that space to grow into it, because things are gonna happen, right? Like, for all I know, right now you're a bachelor, but you're gonna live in the same place, and eventually you're gonna have a family. So for me, it's kind of making it function where you can think long term. It's like, where do you want to go? Like, you're gonna start a business, you're gonna need a space for an office. Like, what room can you easily transition into an office, but right now it's a guest room? Like, things like that. I'm focusing on like letting the client grow into, and also think of their long-term goals. I'm also gonna ask them like, well, what's your I do ask my clients, like, what goal do you have in the long term? Like, what's your life like? Like, it's not just about, what's your favorite color? Like, no, I need to know that plus more so I can get an idea of who they are. Because every time you walk into someone's house, yes or no, you kind of get an idea of who they are based on looking at their place, right? Yeah, like if it's messy, you're like, ooh, but they look great, it's just an illusion on the outside, right? Like there's something in their life that's not put together. Yeah.
So curious now, you walked to my house. What is the vibe you got when you walked
Well, when I walked in, the first thing I noticed was your couch. And I noticed it was new. No, but I think the vibe that I get is that you have so much like art and knowledge and books. So you're definitely a person that likes to always be learning. You like to display art, and your art is not like just like art, like, oh, it's a flower. No, like you literally have a map of the world. You have the elements, so you're definitely like very earthy, and you are a down to earth person, and you have plans. So like that gives me an idea of who you are, and it's not messy. It all has it's organized. So I get an idea like you're very structured.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I get to read the spaces and tell you who you are as a person.
She hyped me up right now.
Yeah.
I'm probably messy as hell in here, but
yeah, but
organized.
I will rearrange some things for sure. But
yeah, what would you rearrange? Please tell me. I'm curious.
So definitely, like, I don't like those end tables next to your TV. I think you can definitely use some of that space. I'll put a bookshelf and start putting your books up, and definitely put some of your games, hide them so they don't look as messy, but you can open them when you are here in the space, because that's just taking away from the entry. So there's no flow. It kind of seems like you have a barrier from people letting people into your space. Like you have some type of barrier, like, I'm gonna put this desk right here, making it difficult for you to come in. And you just said something about, like, I don't let anybody in my house.
No, that's real. That's what I'm about to say. Yeah, I was like, that's deep, because for me, I don't even see that end table as a barrier. I see it as my rest table. When I come in, I drop my keys, my cell phone.
Yeah, but most people have that right at the door. You don't. You have it way inside the house, which is crazy.
Really?
So if you were to say to have him place things that he, regularly takes out and brings back in, how would you set it up to have it so that he can just drop it off at the door? Like, what, with the current arrangement right now, like, what would you change about it to have him drop it off?
For you, because your space is so small, I wouldn't do like a table. You know how people put a table at the entryway and then they drop stuff? For you, I'll do a floating shelf. That's what I would do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with little knickknacks, and then at the bottom I would put like hooks, so then you can hang your jacket and stuff like that. But that would be a better use of your space, and it's like more open versus an entry table all the way inside. Like, you still gotta take like, I don't know how many steps, be inside your apartment and then put your stuff down.
Right. And you know what? And that's exactly right, because a lot of times I walk in my backpack now carrying all this stuff. And a lot of times I drop my keys off over here by the air fryer first.
The air fryer, not the air fryer.
Well, by the air fryer, from the air fryer, yeah. So I drop off.
You need serious help.
Well, so not the air fryer. Serious help.
Oh, where did you put it?
Hurt me now? Oh no.
Oh, sorry, I misheard. I thought you said, "Oh, I dropped my keys in the air fryer."
No. Nah. So
You
yes.
have drawers. No, just kidding.
Yeah. So I walk in my water bottles and stuff, and then I open my door and I walk through the kitchen first to drop my stuff, like on the counter, my water bottles and stuff. I drop my backpack in the chair, and then I make the circle around to drop my keys, wallet, and everything in my pockets, and then go to my room and change clothes. So it's like I make like a weird circle. But I get what you're saying, though.
I actually thought you went the opposite direction, but that's even longer. Yeah.
Yeah, I go to the coat. I'm gonna take my backpack off first.
Yeah.
And then after I take my backpack off, then I empty my keys. And then by the time I empty my keys, I'm like, oh shit, I got a shit. And then I'm running to the bathroom.
So would you say, because if he could put something up to rest his normal things
right there,
or he can just put like his backpack by the hook or along with his coat when he comes center.
I would do like a floating shelf, and then hooks at the bottom of the floating shelf. Of course, on the top I'll put like some type of tray where you drop the keys or whatever, and then you're immediately putting stuff away, and you immediately go into relax mode when you're at your home. Versus having to do a whole circle around the apartment before you can even relax.
You're right, and I'll do that every time too.
And those are like kind of subconscious things. Like, we don't even realize, like, you don't even know that you're creating a barrier with that table. Like, And you just told me I don't let everybody in my home, and you literally want to put a table there and block people.
I never even thought about it though.
Yeah.
I thought it was more of my mindset was more of the wall. I didn't want just a wall to look all spacious. There was a TV in front of it, so that's why I put the table there.
And sometimes that's okay. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes that's okay. All you need is a TV, your shelves, everything.
But then on top of that, I'm not being effective with my space because under the TV, all that crap is junk. Like, it's a fucking PS3 right there. Or PS4 right there that is literally catching dust.
Yeah.
Or it's a fucking DVD VCR player. Like, when the last time you seen one of those? That's something my mom gave me, and I just held on to it for some odd reason.
It has like some, what is it, emotional
It don't.
attachment.
And that's what it is. It doesn't. But for some reason, so for me, sometimes for electronics, I don't know how to get rid of them. So I'm scared to just throw them away because I heard you're supposed to recycle them or something like that. So I just don't know. But it's literally just sitting there, and I know I need to throw it away and get rid of it, but I just
don't.
It's now fucking decoration.
Aesthetic.
Old school. You want to watch the tape? Blow dust off the back.
No, but I actually love your space. Like that Earth map, I would actually put it on top of your TV. Like I wouldn't put it like where you have it right now.
And then what about this? This sparks some clutter too.
Yeah, that's a little too cluttered. I think you just need a bookshelf because I'm assuming you have more than just those books.
Well, these are my daily reads. Sorry, talking to the microphone. These are my daily, every morning reads, and then that's my bookshelf.
No, yeah. Every time I'm here, it's my second time. I'm always rearranging your space in my mind.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. No, I do that everywhere I go. Even Donovan's, like even your parents. I immediately notice when they like remade their home and stuff.
So.
And I was like, ooh, this is nice. And his dad was so proud. He was like, yeah, we just did that. He was like telling me everything.
So what would you redesign in my parents' house, and then also my room, I guess?
Your whole room. Then.
Oh,
damn, yeah.
Yes,
right,
the whole
right.
room. I feel like your room is very like high school you, and it needs to be grown up you, for sure. So I would definitely like rearrange that. But
I'm throwing out everything.
Yeah. I mean,
you don't gotta throw out everything.
You don't have to throw out everything, but make it grow it up a little.
Grow
it up a little.
Damn.
Yeah. Put some chin on your hair, some hair on your chest. Yeah.
I mean, pass over the jeans you took so I can get like a beard, bro.
Nah, yeah, I don't know how this happened.
You know
this ain't
what?
me, this my mom.
The only thing, I love your parents' house because I feel like your parents do have like a sense of style and they're very like trendy people.
Yes.
But the one thing, they're very like homey to me. Well, maybe because I grew up knowing you, but like when I think of them, I think of like very homey, a good cozy feeling. But their home doesn't really reflect that because there's not a lot of pictures of you guys. It's the one thing I will add, more pictures. Like I feel like so all those memories and stuff are on display.
And you're right, because I'm sitting here thinking like the only place I got pictures is on the DVD rack or the speaker rack.
It's more of just the TV side.
The TV area.
And your parents travel so much. I don't know why some of the stuff they travel from is not on display.
Yeah, you're right.
Very few. I mean,
that one thing, that knife from Jamaica.
No, yeah, from the one that's hanging on the wall when you come in through the front door.
The machete. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but that thing, everybody that goes into that home remembers it because that's the one thing holding their character. It's you know that it's like, oh, these people like know about this stuff and they definitely been around, but that's the only hint you get of their personality. Everything else is very like on trend. It's a beautiful home, but it's kind of trendy. Yeah.
Deep.
Well,
that's deep.
You be talking to my dad soon.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you be talking to all of them some. Because I'm sitting here thinking like we might have like one picture in our house. Grandma has pictures in her house, but yeah, we barely have pictures in our house.
And I know them forever.
Just on that shelf.
On that shelf, and it's like
the bookshelf or the DVD or whatever shelf that they have when they just first walking in.
But it's crazy because they are very family-oriented type of people. They probably just don't know how to display it. So that's kind of where I come in and help out sometimes. Yeah.
I would slightly disagree.
You don't think they're family-oriented?
My parents?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Really?
I mean, with close family, yeah, but with extended family, like.
Oh well, they don't count.
Oh well, I mean, but like, think about it though. It's literally the kids, the parents, and then it's the grandparents on our dad's side.
And then me adopted on the side.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you're probably closer than most of our extended family.
So yeah, I was. I had her mindset too.
I'm gonna put a picture of me just so you know. No, just kidding. I'm gonna put it in there.
I had her mindset of. I didn't think of extended family.
I didn't think of extended family.
Nephews, stuff. 'Cause I was thinking, they always, when we all have us over, they usually always reach out to a auntie, a cousin, or something like that to come hang out. They're really friends. They're more like friend people. Like they're friends of their family.
They're
Bernard.
great entertainers, amazing entertainers.
But I get what she's saying though. For somebody who, for how warm we are family, because when we're together, we're fucking beautiful. Like we're a Hallmark card family. Mm-hmm. But you think that a Hallmark card family will have more Hallmark card pictures of them in their house, just smiling together. You should have a baby picture right when you walk in. There should be a wall of baby pictures when you walk in.
And they're so proud of you guys, which is crazy.
I get what she's saying. I understand. I never thought about that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I never thought about that way at all. That's really deep. That's really deep.
They would have to pull out some hardcore files just to find out some stuff though too, because it's like again like.
And that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of everything. Your space is your sanctuary. You want to display it. Like I mean, the Egyptians literally drew everything on the walls, like
Stories,
of who they were in their temples or in their homes. Like it's just.
I mean, but then it's like how we said earlier in the episode that, like I said, Grandma, she has pictures in a box and everything, but she doesn't have pictures around the house. And I'm sure my dad picked up off of that.
Yeah.
Of then, okay, pictures in one spot or whatever. I don't have pictures around the house. I have my family. I have my book right here. My family pictures are in there and stuff like that. But
And
that's
what's
the closest
crazy?
you're gonna get though.
I've been to your grandma's house, and your grandma's house is what you will find in a magazine in the 50s for sure.
Yeah.
Like whatever was trending at that time. Like she probably back in the day had a beautiful magazine like home.
Yes.
But there wasn't a lot of pictures of the family. I did notice that when I went. But she had a lot of great pieces, like antiques. Like you were like, this is worth a lot of money.
Yeah. So then now on the flip side, my mom's side family house. Shoot, I had the pictures outside in my cabinet right now. I literally have paintings of my grandparents and stuff, and they're hung on the wall in the hallway. So every time you walked in the hallway, you saw a grandfather, grandmama, my mom, and all her brothers and stuff in one painting, and then stuff like that. And then my cousins always had pictures all over the house, and they always just loved each other so much, you know what I'm saying? You always saw they bumped heads like everybody does, but at the same time you always felt that family unit with those in that house. Like you always felt it. And I always wonder if the pictures, now I'm starting to think that the pictures really help that, because
But
you're
also
constantly
keep in mind, I'm not saying it because I noticed it and that's my professional opinion. I'm saying it because that's who they are. So the home is theirs, and it should give them a warm, cozy feeling when they go in there. Not be like, oh, I got my marble. It's a very expensive marble, and that's all there is to it.
Right, exactly.
Like your home should make you feel like I want to sit down on my couch and then, oh, there's a picture of my son. Great, and then move on. But you just want to make sure that it's you feel at home.
That's really deep. I never even thought about stuff like that. And I'm just not a picture person. Like, I'm just now getting to the point of trying to remember to take pictures where I'm trying to take memories, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And that's where I focus on. I don't want to give people like what's trendy or of course, if you want the element of interior design, I'm going to give you that. I'm going to design the hell out of that space, but it's going to be functional and it's going to be warm and it's going to be like what you envision your home to look like.
Right.
Because trends come and go, just like fast fashion. Like at the end of the day, you're gonna live in your house forever, just like you live in your body forever.
So do you practice the whole thing of feng shui?
No, because everybody looks different. Everybody's version of feng shui looks different. Yeah, then that's because we're all so unique. So I think that is a very big claim to say like this flow works well and this flow works well. But no, everybody has different problems, different things going on. You just need to make it functional for that person.
Yeah, and I think I'm so glad you said it that way, because I tried to read a book on feng shui, and it was rules. You have to have this in this corner. You have to have this in the northeast corner. You have to have this in the southeast corner. And it was like so many things. And it was like, how am I gonna make my home? So like that's why I put my thing right here, my little
your plants.
Yeah, my little. I had another word for it. My little shrine, my little plant shrine. Okay. Yeah, that's why I put those right there. But originally I was trying to put it over here because they said put it over there in that corner. But I was like, the sun is burning it up over there, so I have to put it over here because
They
whatever.
we're living in Vegas, bro.
They're not living in Vegas,
exactly.
Or, they live in houses where you got all four corners of your house, not just a corner of the apartment. You know what I'm saying? So.
And what a lot of interior designers do is that they have like a set fee. They're like, this is a flat fee. Like for me to design any space, it's a minimum of $1,000 that you need to spend. I don't have a set fee. I kind of like just work around your budget. I do have a fee for when I had to be on site. So let's say I had to be there for 3 days for the project to be terminated. I do have a set fee per day that I have to be there. But I'm like, you require a minimum of $1,000 in order to book me. Like, no, it's like
That's robbery, low key.
yeah, it is, and it's actually anybody can claim to be an interior designer. That's also something that I noticed with a lot of colleagues that I seen, and also with a lot of people my dad has interacted with as well. They say they're designers, but they have no sense of like I guess of how to lay out or build, or sometimes structurally some things don't work out. So that's kind of like background knowledge that I need to have in order to help you as well. And they just are like, they make a mood board for you, and they're like, yeah, I'm into an interior designer. No, that's a Pinterest board, my friend. Like you really don't know like what goes in, and like maybe that wall, like sometimes they're like, oh, I want to put a built-in here. Well, maybe your wall is too weak to hold the built-in. Like that sounds like a great idea, but you don't have the
capability.
The structural ability to do that. Maybe let's do this. Like that's kind of where like an actual interior designer will go in and help you out. Like an actual person that knows about structures, about homes, and they know like background. Like, well, actually, your house was built in like the 1920s, so maybe this wouldn't be good for you just to move, make a window here, like it's gonna fall apart, like things like that.
No, that's real, because that's how I feel about my TV. I always want to hang it up, but at the end of the day, on the other side of my TV is my stove.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So
structurally, that's not.
Yeah, I won't put nothing
out,
on that wall. Structurally, I'm gonna blow up. Shoot, that's my mindset. But no, I do understand that for sure. Like the idea that you want to really make it customized for that person, because like you said, at the end of the day, you're leaving. You're not gonna be there. You're going to.
And I'm gonna work with them, and well, with my clients, I work with them and see where they're at right now in life, what they want to grow into. So I put a lot of thought. I put a lot of I guess I put a lot of myself into it and getting to know that person. And then, but I don't have a flat rate, and I just create a mood board and I ask you, oh, what's your favorite color? What's your style? Like no, I should know from just walking into your space what's your style. Like everybody has a style. You just need to put it together better. Like everybody knows how to dress, wear pants and a shirt and put them on every morning, but not everybody knows how to accessorize and make an outfit look good. So it's kind of like the same theory with the home.
Yeah, and that's my exact issue. I know what clothes I need to wear. I know what clothes I need to wear.
Right.
But besides that, though, I ain't got no sense of fashion. I feel like we did an icebreaker game the other day, and one of the questions was, what is one fashion trend? What is one fashion trend that's weird but you really like it? And I was like, I don't know no fashion trends. I was like, damn, I have no trends in my mind. I can't even answer this question. Like, I'm gonna have to say something stupid, like make up something, but I really don't know. But I think that right there is that's really deep. That's really, really deep. You got me thinking about things I never thought about.
Well, and a lot of these people are scammers for sure. You're giving them $1,000 to just give you a mood board when you can do that yourself. Like you need an actual professional to go in there and goes and measures the space, picks up great furniture and all that stuff. Like it has to fit you. Like I'm not just gonna show up with my little self. No, I'm gonna come in with my ruler, see how big your space is, figure out who you are as a person, and then go from there.
Right. And it's funny too, because like, how are you gonna pay somebody else to give you a mood board for you? Like, you gotta put some input into that and can't let somebody else dictate your life, because again, it's not your home at that point. It's somebody else's that you paid for to come in and design where you're gonna live.
But then, my mindset is always when I think of interior designer, my first thought is always the lady in the movie that has somebody come to her, or the lady that opens the doors and pushes open. Look at my house, and this is from Wooty Whoop, and this is from Wooty Whoop, and it's like a fake house because it's made to be shown off. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's what I always think of an interior designer is gonna make my house good to show off. But like you giving me a great opposite of it. No, I'm giving your house something you can live in comfortably and be happy to be in,
right.
and not have that anxiety of. I'm at home. I'm still stressed. Like, yeah.
There's home staging where when you go and visit model homes before you go and buy a house, they have model homes. Mm-hmm. That's home staging. That's just when you go in, try to make it look homey, but it's a very general design where someone else from the outside can imagine themselves living in there, but it's not really meant for that person. Mm-hmm. So to me, that's home staging. That's the show-off type of design where I can have freedom. But no, not with someone's space who's actually a living, breathing person. Like that's actually living already in the space. I don't need to sell them anything. It's their house already. Mm-hmm. So I need to make it like function to them.
Make it theirs.
Yeah, correct.
That's really interesting. So then, I know earlier you said that if it's in person, you'll charge more, but if you can do it virtually?
No. So I will still go to the space, measure and everything, but let's say I eventually come up with the idea and everything, and you decide to hire me, but I have to go in person, like per day that I have to be in person.
Oh, to set up.
Just to set up, yeah, because I'm not gonna charge you just to go get in, like get to know you, like that's not what I'm gonna do. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because at the end of the day, maybe you don't like it is possible that I'm not gonna click with my client. It happens all the time. We don't click with everybody. Mm-hmm. So I just don't want them to have that commitment. Like I want them to easily say no and honestly say no. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't like this, but thank you for your time versus I already paid you, so now I feel like I gotta get stuck with you. Like I'm invested at this point. Yeah. Like I don't ever want them to feel like they have to go with my design. I also don't want to get tied up with, I already designed all this. Like I don't want to put that ego in there because I know that I'm gonna be upset if something doesn't fall through.
Yep, yeah, exactly. No, I understand that right there. That right there is a beautiful business mindset as well. Of I'm here to help the customer, but I'm not gonna get fully invested because at the end of the day, you don't need my services all the time. Yeah, like, or you may not want my services.
Your investment will be like, okay, we're good, we're ready to go. When can you come in and start like buying things, setting it up, and that's when I'll start charging.
Okay, yeah. That's dope. That's really interesting.
Because a lot of people would do the mood board, but I don't want to just do the mood board. I want to and they literally just call it a mood board, which is Pinterest. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I just want to go ahead and actually meet them, give them ideas, tell them what I know, and then they get to decide if they want to move forward or not. Mm. And I feel like that should be with any business. Like you should get to know what's going on and then decide if you want to invest.
And then, like you said, you're building it based off the person. So is it like literally indie design? Like what if somebody wanted ancient China or?
Oh yeah, literally any design. The whole thing is like interior design comes with a set of rules. There's a method to every madness, and you have to follow certain rules to make it fit like the personality and the space. So for example, my personal style is very boho, and then some people's is very like I don't know, like modern, like Cosmo, very like different. But I there's still certain rules to follow because it is a still space that you live in. So that's kind of like I kind of guide you so you can tell your story.
That's interesting. You said boho?
Oh yeah.
Bohemian.
Oh, Bohemian.
Like Bohemian.
Okay, I'm sitting here like I have no idea what it is.
That's my personal style. That's the style I love, like for clothing, for my lifestyle, and for my house, of course. But
interesting. Yeah, see, it's like things like that I don't even think about, bro. Like I have no idea what my style would be. Like
some people like vintage. Some people like right now I have an apartment where she really is into that 60s, 70s era, and she really likes that style. And that's if she could have lived in any time period, she would have lived in the 60s, 70s. So she wants her home to walk in and be like a time machine. Right. And that's kind of where her mentality is. So that's the space we're designing. But that's what makes her happy. But it also has to be functional. Like I don't want her just to get like a wiggly couch that she can't even sit in just because it's 70s. You know, that's kind of where I come in and be like, hey, let me remind you, this is what you need.
This is still your couch. You still want to be able to relax and enjoy your home.
Right, exactly, yeah. Right. And then but she doesn't know where to begin. So for her, she's like, where do I shop this? Because it doesn't exist anymore. Well, I know shops. I know, and I also, I'm at a point where I know people. So it's like I can get you a carpenter, I can get you somebody that does tile. I know people. I get you those contacts, so you don't have to worry about that either.
Right. That's really dope then. So you're like a one-stop shop then.
Yeah, so I do everything from project managing, designing the aspect, getting to know you, figuring out structurally how your space is working, and then go from there.
That's dope.
Yeah, because you don't just want to throw something at your space and it's gonna not work out. Yeah, I hate it when I hate it when people will put like TVs on the stand and then will come right down because they didn't take the time to figure it out if that was gonna hold up. Yeah.
Right.
Oh wow.
And then that was like hella money for that just because they didn't know or do the research to see if that was gonna work out.
Hella money to fix it. You gotta fix the holes in the wall, the broken TV that just fell off.
Probably the broken TV stand that's right underneath it.
The broken tile that hit the ground. Like who knows?
Or the built-ins from IKEA, like those things, and then the paint is already coming off from those built-ins that they spend $500 like DIYing from IKEA, like things like that. It's like that's where I'm gonna help you out,
right?
So that doesn't happen to you. Yeah.
Understandable. That's really interesting. Yeah, I'm sitting here thinking like, what is my design like? I'm to the point where
I feel like a lot of people think of, let me go to IKEA, let me go to this furniture store, like really like general websites and stuff like that, but they don't know that there's shops that literally only work with interior designers.
So for somebody like me who doesn't know their style, is there a way to figure out what your style is? Is that possible?
Well, I kind of just told you, I think you're very earthy.
Right.
And so that's kind of where I think you just need help putting it all together.
Okay.
So I think you're more like I see that you use a lot of wood and greens and turquoise. So you're really like all about the earth and stuff like that. So you're very earthy. You just need to put it together.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
I said, but so it's funny.
I feel like you just discovered who you are. You're looking around like, oh.
Well,
you're right.
so keep it 100.
Yeah.
The tables, the stand, all the wood stuff, all the marble.
I will honestly keep that. I will keep this. I wouldn't spend more of your money on getting new furniture. I will though on pillows. These don't work out with the space because they're kind of like all over the place. But I will get tan pillows and more green pillows to put that like together. And a dark rug is making your space smaller and the space is already small. So you need something lighter so the space looks bigger. So if I was you, I would go for a tan or something lighter than your current wood floors. So the space looks bigger.
So it's like all this stuff though is hand-me-down. So like the couch was my sister's couch. I bought it off of her.
It's a great couch. I would honestly wouldn't get rid of it. And I will put, you know where Donovan's sitting? I will put a mirror because the space is very small, but the mirror will reflect light. So it will make the space look even bigger than what it actually is.
Interesting. Yeah, and it's kind of crazy because it's kind of like everything was hand-me-down though, because this was from those people that moved, but ironically it worked in my house, and I was it does fit.
Yeah. But do you love the things that you have?
Oh, I love everything I have.
Because they're functional, and as long as you love them, it's great. You just need a little bit of
I use it for tweaking.
You need tweaking, a little bit of styling, so it looks more put together.
Yeah, and that's what it is. I have no styling. Like I'm the male at the end of the day.
Yeah, most guys don't think about that stuff.
I'm dressed cool. I don't care about the wrists and necklaces. I don't care about all that stuff. Just get my shirt on. My shirt look good. The main thing look good. I'm good to go.
Yeah, if I was you, I would just get some curtains, light curtains with blackout.
Ghetto blanket hanging up on the window.
I thought that was a sheet for your bed. Is that what it is?
Yeah, it was a sheet from here. Yeah, it's a sheet from the bed. I'm nice and ghetto at the end of the day. I'm still hood at the end of the day. I still gotta do what I gotta do.
I will get you some curtains, a light rug, and a couple of throw pillows. Definitely rearrange a little bit of the furniture. But I feel like you have a great space that it's doable, that I can work with. Okay. The Christmas candy canes, I might move around.
Cap Alpha side candy canes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Stepping canes.
Yeah. I mean, okay, so I think they're probably a better spot for them.
Yes, that I wouldn't get rid of them. I will move them for sure.
Yeah, I think that would be a better spot for
the way you have them arranged does look like they're meant to be like Christmas decorations instead of like a memorabilia.
I mean, you have more Kappa stuff that you could donate to an area.
The whole little top of the bookshelf is, right. You know what I'm saying? I got the little, all the boxes, the bricks and stuff.
Because you know what you can do? Get one of those, Get one of those cases that you can put on the wall, you know, kind of where...
Like a glass case, yeah.
A glass case, and then it's more memorabilia with a picture. If you have picture of your, back then, of your frat, that actually has more meaning.
Huh. Interesting. So I guess one other thing that would just make me stop me from doing it would be the idea that I don't plan on being here for too many more years, if not this be the last year. So like, what would your advice be for somebody like that like wants to design but doesn't feel like they want that space to be designed that way?
Yeah, because that's kind of how I feel. Like me personally. Oh, excuse me. Me personally.
You are excused. Bless you.
Me personally, like, I don't plan on being in that room forever.
So it's like I don't want to redo it if I don't plan on being there.
If I have more space, I feel like things will be a lot more organized and spaced out, so where I don't feel like I'm cluttered like I am now. But just given certain economical circumstances that we're in today, like, I don't have that liberty.
Yeah, so definitely, like in your case, it's just honestly about style and rearranging what you have. If your goal is not to invest any more money, let's work with what you have, but let's make it make sense. Like if a rug you can take into any home eventually when you move out, a rug and some throw pillows. But the thing also is that you're gonna have like things that are really gonna work out in a new space, because at the end of the day, you're gonna move all these things and they're still gonna be you.
Right.
But the apartment is gonna stay the same.
Right.
But you also gonna stay the same, but in a different area.
Right. That makes sense. I'm just taking my aura somewhere else, but it's still my aura. So.
Yeah, and then you're gonna figure out like, oh, I really like how that looked together on top of the couch. So you're gonna be like, okay, well, I'm using the same couch. I'm gonna put the mirror there because they really work there.
Right.
So you're just you're growing into the space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think the only thing I'll probably disagree with would be the mirror. That's only because I have a fear of. I sit hard sometimes. I flop on the couch, and last thing I want to do is flop on the couch and something fall on my head.
Oh my god!
So that would be something.
You're wild.
well, not like. I'm a heavy guy. You know what I'm saying? And it has happened before where, you know, somebody had pictures above the thing, and you sit on the couch and the picture falls down because you hit the wall, vibration. It's probably heading about push pins, unfortunately, but still, I'm scarred in that way.
I feel that's probably why some of my push pins on my posters, like near my bed,
well, maybe
fell off.
I think the problem is the push pins.
Well, so real talk though, Dominant Room gives me anxiety because he has posters above his bed.
That's
and
true.
I don't. Well, I just don't like stuff hanging above my bed, knowing that I'm gonna lay down and a push pin could have fell off the wall, and I lay down and boom, I got a push pin in my arm. Just because of dumb stuff like that. So it's like that.
Or it doesn't necessarily have to be a mirror. It can be a painting with reflectives, like flecks of something that reflects like maybe gold flakes somewhere or something.
Right. Like
that's good. See, this is like a free consult. I'll be like, I know what you like, what you don't like. Now for alternatives, you know.
Right. Exactly. No, I'm taking advantage of it for sure.
I know you're getting a free consult right now. Like.
Yeah, I was about to say that too. I was like, well, thank you for attending our free consultation.
Yeah.
Maybe we should rename the podcast.
Nah, I love it though. I think that's all amazing ideas. So I know we're about to go into our end game. So I'm just curious. I'm just curious first of like for all those people that really want their house designed and rethinking it or thinking about it. What is your advice for them that like just have the feeling, the urge, the thought of maybe my house is not the way I want it to be? Like, what is your thought for them?
Definitely. I would say like I'm here to help. Obviously, I'm gonna say like, you know, pick me.
Yeah, pick you, of course.
Pick me, but always definitely see what is it about your space that is just really affecting you. Mm-hmm. Is it the messiness? Is it really the layout, or is it are you in a space that you don't feel safe in? And then that's kind of the one thing that you should maybe fix first. If you cannot afford an interior designer or things like that, because you need to focus on other aspects.
Right, and that's something too. I need to focus on cleaning up. I got too much paperwork over there I need to throw away, and I feel like I have so much stuff that's just cluttered that needs to go in the trash. So.
Yeah. I would say do what the factors that you can control. You can control the cleanliness, you can control the organization, and see if that still at the end of the day doesn't make you feel better. Mm-hmm. Then definitely like there's something else going on. It's always internal. Everything you do in this world is very internal.
But then I like how you said at the very beginning, you know, your house reflects who you are. Mm-hmm. You know, like your car reflects who you are. Like, you know, 9 10 times if I get into a dirty car, their house might be dirty as well.
You know what's funny? I'm just remembering I was on Instagram and I was just strolling through reels, and then I don't know where this guy is like, and I thought it was a joke because this guy was like crying and everything. He was just saying a story like, my therapist told me, so I just paid her hundreds of dollars, and she told me that if I clean my space I was gonna feel so much better. And then he was like, and I told her she was a joke. Like, I could just paid her all this. So guess what? I started cleaning, and she was right. He started crying. And I thought it was a joke, but he was so serious.
Yeah.
No, it's for real. Like, I would say, like, every time I do, like, sit down and just, like, remove a lot of the old junk that I've been holding on for a good minute.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a good, fresh, clean air in my room. Maybe the structure hasn't necessarily changed, but the items and the residual energy that it held within my room, now that it's been thrown out, it's like a lot easier to breathe.
Yeah, and it's like a physical representation of what you have changed, and now you're throwing things that you're changing.
Yeah.
The reason I'm kind of like going more into like homes and your rooms and all that stuff with you guys is because you guys focus so much on mental health, and I think it's something that I kind of wanted to discuss, and how much your space affects who you are and what you put out there to the world as well. But I also focus more on besides that, like maybe if you need to do like, I don't know, you want to decorate not decorate, but have an idea for a restaurant and design aspects of that, things like that. I do everything, but I enjoy making homes a home.
Right, because at the end of the day, that's the most impactful spot. 9 out of 10 times you're gonna spend more time at your home than anything, and that's the place you truly control.
Especially as you grow older.
As you grow older, exactly. Because the restaurant, at the end of the day, somebody can walk in and be an asshole and fuck up the whole restaurant vibe for the day.
Right.
But your home, like you said, I control what comes in and out of my house.
Yeah.
So I want to treat it as a sanctuary that it is.
Pull out the shotty if you want to get shot.
Violence. Violence. But no, I think that's beautiful because I heard that as well. Declutter your house, you'll declutter your mind. The movement of cleaning up just helps clean your mind. It reminds me of the whole debit card cash envelope thing. When you have your debit card, you get swiped, your money disappears. You're like, where did my money go? But when you actually have to pull out your wallet and count the bills up and hand the bills to somebody, and then somebody give you back less bills, that's going to make you budget better because you're actually feeling the psychological of you handing over cash and getting back.
Yeah, you feel the consequence a little bit deeper. Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's why it's so important to budget nowadays, because everything is going towards electric and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that you may want, but you can only pay online or things like that. So the daily or weekly keeping track of your funds is very important to make sure you're not overspending and things like that. So you can keep yourself up and running. Or on the other side, since I was in the business bank, like to keep your business up and running, making sure you're watching your account on the daily to make sure you're not getting frauded. Like maybe you, like to keep it in more like a personal sense, like, hey, who are you letting in your house? Maybe it seems benign and things like that, but like maybe somebody's like leaving energy that's not suitable to you,
and you're not cleaning it up and get rid of it.
Not cleaning it up and get rid of it. And then you wonder why you're so exhausted and things like that. Yeah, what's in your house that's not giving you refreshment and dragging you down at the end of the day? You got to keep watching that on the daily.
You got to keep watching it daily, bro.
And just the same thing with your mind at the end of the day.
And then I find it funny too because they try to distract you daily. Because if you think about now, it went from cash to credit card, debit card to now you can just fucking beep your phone. Beep and walk off, and you don't even know you beeped your shit. You forgot you. It's been times I came home. I'm like, man, I swore I had $40. What the fuck I do?
Oh yeah, and then you're like, oh, that's right.
Oh, that's right.
I went there. Yeah.
I did do that. What the hell was I thinking? And it's like, why did I remember this? But that shows you just doing stuff unconsciously. So I think that's beautiful. So when it comes to your sanctuary remodeling, what are you still swimming to in that aspect? I know you still try to get the business off the ground. I'm sure you probably got a few clients, but you're still working on it. So I was wondering where you still going with the aspect.
Well, as far as how big do I want the business to grow?
Yes.
Well, I definitely eventually want to get more designers under my belt, but to the point where I can have multiple projects going at a time and advise those designers. And advise, just be an advisor, but like have them have designers that work and go into different homes where we can tackle more projects, and then also have hire some professional organizers so they can tackle those projects as well. Eventually, I just kind of want to oversee an operation, but right now I'm the operation for now. So eventually, I just want to oversee and then go from there. Now with the social media aspect of the business, I still want to make it a space where it's helpful and people can get advice because not everybody can afford the fee.
Right.
So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna start making the social media more educational. So maybe showing tips and tricks that can help, and little things that I learned along the way throughout the years of maybe what you can do to make your home feel more homey, or the experts tips.
Yeah. and please explain it, because one thing that I get from videos, like you see the videos where you see the girls buy all the products and stuff, and they put everything in little containers and everything like that.
Yeah.
And it's like cute, but it's like, is it really functional like that? Like, it just seems like I see it.
It's not practical.
It's not practical, and there's no explanation behind it to make me understand why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
I don't like those when they're like, look what I just ordered from Amazon.
Yeah.
And the little gadgets. Like, when you have to describe something as gadgets, then that's probably not gonna last forever.
Not something
Yeah.
unique, right?
So
A lot of things you can create yourself.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like I want to make them educational, like to be like, oh, okay, so this happened, you had this big window, you don't know what to do with it, and little things like that too. Kind of tips and tricks.
Right.
Tips and tricks that they're actually functional and that you can use. I don't want to be presenting my clients or my audience with like gadgets. Like I'm not.
Yeah, you're not selling products, you're selling ideas, you're selling visions.
Because the thing is, like, you can grab a mason jar and put your pasta in there and put it in your pantry. Nobody looks at it.
Right.
Like, as long as you're happy with your home, like that's what matters. And we all have different budgets. Realistically, a lot of moms. Oh, I hate this because those videos target a lot of hardworking moms that makes them feel like they're not good enough because they cannot afford those things from Amazon to make their home look beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's like, as long as you're happy and your children are happy and your space is functional, like that's what matters. Yeah.
No, and that right there, the way you said that right there is my mindset for the podcast. I'm not targeting people that people feel like they can't be. You know what I'm saying? I want to host and interview people that are real people you can relate to right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to relate to somebody, oh yeah, I've been doing this for 25 years, and when you get there and it's like you're gonna discourage people once you hear shit like that. 25 years? I ain't about to do that for 25 years. Stuff like that.
And don't get me wrong, if that's what you're into and you love like those jars and everything looking organized and pretty, and that's you and who you are, but it's authentically you, go ahead. But not everybody is gonna fit into that model.
Right.
I just don't like the people that just prey on people or prey on others that they view are lacking.
Yes.
Like, I don't think anybody is really necessarily lacking, and I think it takes those individuals that look upon themselves to see if they're lacking in something and they need to do something about it. But we should be helping them find if that's really the case for them, and showing them that they can do anything from where they are.
Well, I think the general idea is if you have knowledge, share it.
Yes.
If you know something and you're skilled at it, share it, because not everybody is. So I kind of want to go that route with education. I think I was telling guys earlier that I kind of wanted to do more like find a crew that could record and stuff as I'm doing the designs, so they know what mentality goes behind it, and like kind of more like, this is why I'm putting this here versus why would I do it in this space and not that space, to make it more educational for the audience, versus just saying like, oh, I bought this on Amazon and I got this from this store, and no, that's not really gonna help anybody.
Right. And I fully agree. Like, and I like the way you guys explain. So as you guys are explaining it, 2 videos popped in my mind, 2 prime examples. You see the video, like I said, the girl getting all the boxes, and she's organizing her house and doing all this fancy stuff and making her house look really pretty. And those videos, they're cool to watch, I guess, but then it's like, you spending so much money on. But my Amazon videos I do like is the guy that said, look at these gadgets I found on Amazon. And he just shows you how they work, and that's it. He's not advertising. I mean, yeah, he's advertising, but he's not pushing to say you need this, you need that. He's saying, hey, this works for this, and this works for that, and this works for this. Okay, bye. And he literally says like that, and it's just nice and cute to show you what he's selling, and walked off.
Yeah.
But it's not forcing nothing, like to make you feel ashamed or feel like you need this, you need that.
And I'm gonna be completely honest with the things that I do end up showing, which is crazy because I feel like I started this project maybe about a year ago, realistically, but it's been on social media for like about a month, and I already have like certain companies reaching out to me. It's like, hey, can you use my products if you do a design, and we'll give you a discount, and can you use my products? But it's like, I need to see if they actually work.
It's actually worth it.
Is it actually worth it? Because it represents me too. At the end of the day,
Exactly.
like it's my name on attached, which I was not expecting that, to be honest.
And I think that was a hard thing with me for music too, because like, especially when I was working at the studio, it's like, okay, yeah, well, I'm mixing and doing all this stuff, but it's like, yo, I don't even believe in the stuff that these people are talking about. Like, why am I putting my name, the art that I put my heart and soul and like tears into, to somebody that's not going to even really reflect that type of energy? Well, what's the point? Like, why am I going to take this deal? Is it just for the greed? Is that why people just sell these beats and make these things on the daily and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Then, well, like, what was your point of even making music in the first place? If it was to make music, if it was to make the money, then that's fine, I guess. But like, I'm not going to fall into that category because this means more to me. Like, at the end of the day, if I don't even get to make a sale on a beat or anything like that, that's fine. But I'm just doing this for the things I love, and if I find people that appreciate that and that like get to, you know, show that out and show this as a piece of art between the both of us, then I'm all for that. Otherwise, I don't care.
No, and that's how it should be, bro. It should be, I'm doing this because it makes me happy and feel fulfilled, not I'm chasing a dollar and just putting my name on everything.
I guess I'm being kind of selfish because I'm doing this for me. Like, I like seeing people happy, and that's for me.
I mean, but that's for you. But
Yeah.
it's like, it's the fact that it's not for the monetary value. It's like,
No,
you
it's
can't,
just-
you can't
yeah.
keep that shit with you on this earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you die, what are you taking with you? You can't take this couch. You can't take this house. You can't take this millions of dollars that you have in your bank. You can only take your memories and the imprint that you left on this earth.
If I had unlimited money, I would rearrange everybody that I know's home. I would redecorate and like, if I had unlimited money, of course.
Yeah, no, and you know what though? That mindset is beautiful though. The idea that, like you said, yes, I'm doing it for me because it makes me feel good, but it's helping you. You know what I'm saying? Compared to, like how Dama was saying, the guy will sit there and be irritated because the artist is in there literally farting on the microphone, but he'll still record it because this is what the guy wants and this is what he does and he got paid for it.
Yeah.
And then you go home like, what the fuck did I just listen to?
Yeah.
You know,
what did I just work on?
what did I just work on to put my name on that has 1-3 at the beginning of it? 1-3.
Right.
And he's literally farting, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what is, compared to the podcast where it's like, 1,000 people listening, but I feel confident about what I put out and I like what I just said and what we just talked about and I feel it was a good conversation. And it's, at times y'all leave and I'm like, that was a good episode, you know what I'm saying? That was good. Like, whatever just happened was good, you know?
I do have like one piece of advice for anybody out there that is trying to remodel a home or is trying to build a home or even like start a business, but they're dealing with contractors. Anything that asks for a fee up front before you even look at their work or get a consultation,
It's not worth it.
it's not worth spending your money on. Because then you know they're in for the, like you said, in for the money, but not in for the work.
Yeah.
Because most respectable businesses will go give you a free consult. Yeah, I mean, not even doctors charge you, Like, go and give you a free consult and give you a free quote. That is respectable to me.
Yeah.
If nobody's asking you, well, before I go over, it's $100 for me just to go over. Like, that's just like how you know they're in for the quick money. So definitely that's my best piece of advice. I mean, for my field, for what I know, like for contractors.
And to translate it to me, it's like, I just had like another friend and he has a younger brother who raps. And it's like, I haven't talked to you in a minute. Let me show you what I got. And I was like, that shit's fire. And like, and I've heard his little brother's stuff and like he actually has some thoughtful lyrics. Okay, well, I know that one of these beats that I just showed you would probably be up his alley. If he wants that, it's free of charge. Like, that's just let me know. I'll record it for you and everything. Just take it. What happens after that is what happens. But like, if he wants that beat and takes it for his own, that's fine. At least I can trust this artist to make some type of value from this that's not monetary and like actually do my art some justice. Then that's fine at the end of the day. And then that'll create its own value at the end of the day. Like, okay, well then maybe that gets eyes on us in some fashion. Okay, that's not money, but hey, at least we got some recognition and we made some people people that actually like to listen to music. Oh, we got some plays. Oh, they like listening to what we created.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, my mindset is always too, word of mouth goes farther than anything.
100%.
The idea that somebody would say, yo, Alondra came to my house, remodeled. She said she'll come to your house and remodel it too. You know, she ain't gonna charge you nothing either, bro. My first consultation was free. You know what I'm saying? They gonna hit you up like, hey, I heard you would come and give me ideas for my house. You know what I'm saying? Please come through. Like, they'll reach out compared to, I got this guy, he'll be great, but he charges $100 for him to come out.
And even if it doesn't work, at least like, hey, yeah, it didn't work for me, but let me give it to you, so maybe Alondra could help out with this.
Something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's still potential leads upon potential leads. So,
And I have so many ideas in my head that I wish I could eventually put designs out and things out. But, well, for now I'm just starting. I'm dreaming big, but we'll see.
Keep dreaming.
Right.
Keep dreaming
Yeah.
big. Don't let them dreams die. Keep
So I feel
chasing
like
them.
more the theme of this is like, we'll take risk and then do it for the right reasons. I think was the theme of today's conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
take calculated risk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. So, with that being said, then, is there a quote you like to leave for us today?
A quote.
A quote. He didn't tell you supposed to have a quote?
Oh no. No, he didn't tell me that.
Come on now, you didn't tell you supposed to have a quote, bro?
You told me?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, you were on the podcast before, so like I feel.
But
like
I didn't
that-
have a quote, did I?
Yeah,
didn't.
you had a quote last time.
I did?
Yeah.
What was it?
Oh, no.
Don't talk to
Fuck
strangers?
bitches get money or something like that.
Oh, it was something like that?
No, it
Damn.
wasn't like that, no.
But I mean, regardless, you listened to the podcast before.
Alright, you don't have a quote.
You're my best friend, and you.
We always have a quote at the end of the episode.
Yeah,
Oh, I guess.
you know this.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, don't pin this on me.
That hurt my feelings.
I know.
Nah, you good. We'll backtrack. You already dropped it. We're gonna backtrack and say, you know.
I mean, I was about to say
No,
like she just said it.
I
I know,
feel like
the
I
risk.
just said it. Like at the end of the day, take risk and do it for the right reason.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool.
I guess that's my life motto. So
Okay, there, we'll run with that then. Just want to make sure.
yeah. Oh, okay. I
Well,
was
because it
like-
sounded like you freestyled that, so I was okay. Well, do you have something you actually like prepared and had written down? Like, oh, I want to say this though, so
Oh,
I give you
okay.
the option just in case.
No, I didn't have anything prepared. When Donovan asked me, I was super flattered. I just, I wasn't sure what I was walking into.
Well, either way, I think everything kind of worked out perfectly.
As always.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you had to ask was where you were still swimming to, and that led to the
quote,
quote itself. So, I mean, I feel like that worked better than having a pre-plan.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not for real.
Yeah.
So, my last question for you is, do you have social media or anything you like to share so that people can reach out to you?
And also share your giveaway.
Oh yeah, so I'm actually having a giveaway, and the last day to submit. Ooh, let me actually read it because I don't want to forget. So for the design studio, it's Taylor HBA. So Taylor Homes by Aloe.
Okay.
So you can find that on Instagram. But right now I'm having a giveaway, and it's only in Vegas. And I have seven rules in order to enter. Right now I'm doing strictly just the bedroom because that's where you sleep and your sanctuary for sure. So you have to DM us a small summary of why a bedroom makeover would be beneficial to you. And also, or someone you know, you can even nominate people. Include at least 4 pictures of the bedroom you want to make over. Of course, has to be in Las Vegas only. You will allow me and my team to do video interviews, allow us to take before and after pictures, and allow us to record during the makeover. And it's 1 submission allowed per Instagram account. So you can, if you know somebody needs a bedroom makeover, or they're struggling, or something's going on, and you know that this is really going to benefit them, you can go ahead and enter. Right now, the last day to submit is September 29 of 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have about a month. You can put 1 entry per Instagram account, and you do have to follow the accounts. The reason is because it will be easier for me to find
Right.
you and reach out and basically keep in contact. So you can even do it as a surprise makeover. So if you know a friend is struggling, or a coworker, a family member, and you're like, they would really benefit from this, they really need this, just make sure you submit a small summary, and of course the best story is gonna win.
Okay.
The one that touches me in the heart more.
Okay. So
Yeah.
so we submit the story. We DM you the story. pretty
Yeah, just a small summary. If you're able to get 4 pictures of the space, so basically of every wall. That would be great. Just so I can start the process as soon as I pick the winner of designing.
Okay.
So it's gonna help me expedite that process. But definitely, I wanted to give it to somebody that I feel like deserves it. So, you know, if you guys can help me out, find out people,
Yes.
find people. Definitely, I want to give it to the. It's kind of my way of giving back.
Right.
For where I am right now.
No, I like that. Yes, no, we'll for sure make sure to post that on the podcast, or I'm sorry, on the podcast page, as
Yeah.
well as our personal pages, so everybody can see it. And yeah, make sure we share your page so everybody can see it. So all the information, of course, will always be in the episode description, so you guys will be able to see everything there.
Yeah, nominate yourselves too if you want
of course
to.
I'm nominating myself. I ain't gonna nominate
Oh, you already nominated yourself. You already got a free console.
Yeah, I was gonna say he mad. I'm about to use a podcast page to nominate myself too.
Oh, that's funny.
That's gonna be paid.
Oh, he's gonna enter twice.
Did it twice in my personal podcast. Yep, there we
Yeah.
go. Thinking outside the box. But okay, perfect. I appreciate that though. So that's gonna be really cool. So you guys, make sure to check out for this amazing sweepstakes. You don't want to miss it. You have until September 29th, I think you said.
Yes. So you have about a month to submit, and then I'll pick the most heartfelt story.
Okay. So yeah, make it a tearjerker.
Yeah, make me cry. I
Also
love crying.
include the 4 pictures so she can know what she's working with. It'll be better for her to walk in with the mindset already ready than her having to walk in and having to take a picture right now mentally. So send the 4 pictures, send an amazing story why you feel this room needs to be redone, and you have until September 29th to get that submitted to her amazing Instagram page.
Yeah, and it can be any bedroom, even if it's like for your kids. Like that's totally okay. I just want to know more about you and the story or someone else that you're nominating.
Right, and you must follow the page in order to be nominated.
Yes, because it would be easier for me to contact you.
Yes, it must.
It's a must.
Yes, so please make sure you guys check that out. Like I said, the information will be posted on our Instagram page. We'll add it in our bio so you guys can check it out and sign up and be a part of it. With that being said, did anybody else have anything they want to leave with us today?
No, sir.
No?
No, nothing. Just when can I come back and decorate?
Oh yeah, no, trust me. I'm gonna bring you back soon. I gotta clean up first. I need to clean up and dust, and then I'll feel comfortable.
Don't nominate yourself. You already got it.
Yeah.
Well, this is my living room. She said bedroom.
Oh, my bad. My
Yeah,
bad.
don't
He's
play
gonna
me
be
now.
like Jessica.
I'm gonna have her nominate her,
Jessica.
myself and everything. This
Yeah.
room is terrible. I hate sleeping in here. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we gonna make it happen. But Londra, thank you so much for joining us today. We appreciate you, everything you shared. Best of luck in the future business. I will be
thank
using
you
your
guys.
services for sure. So I'll be reaching out. And again, all the information for the sweepstakes will be on the IG. So you guys make sure to check that out. Don't miss it. Sign up. You can't beat free. Ain't nothing like free. And if somebody else is paying for it, you better take that.
Oh yes, 100% free. I don't expect the winner to do anything besides let me in.
Hey, all you gotta do is open the door. So.
Alright.
Please just open the door.
Just open the door. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do. So guys, please make sure you guys check it out. Take advantage of opportunity. You never know. You might look up and get a whole new home design. Yes.
Yes, sir.
So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Hope you guys learned something today. Please take it back, share the message, share some knowledge, continue to give love, continue to smile, and share your smile with this beautiful world. I hope you guys had a pleasant day, a marvelous evening, a blissful morning, and remember to
Don't talk to strangers. Oh.
don't talk to strangers.
Oh.
Not the business person trying to get customers saying don't talk to strangers. You have to talk to strangers to get customers.
No, it's just being funny.
No,
I mean, if they have candy, even better.
oh my God.
No, I'm just messing with you. I'm just
Edit that
messing.
out. Edit that part out. At the end of the day,
And if
remember
they're cute, ooh.
to just
Keep
keep
swimming.
swimming. Cut the mic, please, before she says anything else to get us canceled. Now she said, if you got candy, go build a home. If you got candy, ain't he cute?